Hey guys, what is going on? It's Nem here, and I'm just going to go get some gas, put the gas in my Super Cub as the tank is pretty much empty, and then the bike will be sitting for about, I don't know, a couple of months or so. So I just wanted to make sure that it has enough gas in the tank and whatnot, and that the gas is fresh as well. One new addition that I made to my Super Cub is this wooden crate that I put on the back, which I actually like how it looks. I basically made this using some 1x3 that I got at Home Depot for, I think it was like $5 or so for two 8-foot long pieces, and I really like how it looks. As you guys can see, a lot of people kind of gave me crap on Reddit and whatnot, and on Facebook they thought it looked kind of cheap and whatnot, but the thing is really sturdy. There's a ton of screws that I put in there, lots of wood glue as well, so it's really sturdy. And then I ended up connecting it to my rack via some zip ties. So I like it actually. I just like the fact that it looks like super industrial, and it actually looks like a milk crate, which I think just gives it character. Some people told me like to paint it and whatnot. I didn't want to do that just because I think it looks cool the way it is. The reason for this huge opening here is just because you can grab onto the crate that way, and then you can take it off if you want to. And I'm using some reusable zip ties as well. So that's basically the only change that I've made to the Super Cub, and since I got it, which was back in September. So I'm gonna go get some gas from my neighborhood gas station, and then on my ride to the gas station I want to talk to you guys about the Honda Navi actually, which is a new little mini moto that Honda is bringing to the United States, and it's a great little bike. But I've seen a lot of posts on Reddit where people are saying how the dealers are charging well over $3,000 for those guys, and they retail for like $1,800, which just kind of annoys me and whatnot. So yeah, actually let's get going. I started the bike actually yesterday, even though it's been sitting for a while. Let me just adjust the camera, move it up a bit, and it was just fine actually. It stays in the garage pretty much the entire time. So and the temperature in my garage is usually about 45-50, which I feel like is perfect for when you want to store the bike. So let me just adjust this camera. All right, that looks good, and let's start this bad boy. Whoop, it doesn't want to start. Let's take a look. Oh, there we go. The key was just in my pocket up by my chest, so maybe that's why. All right, one thing that I actually have on is, I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see if I can show you. I have slippers on, which isn't ideal, but I'm just going to my local gas station, which is literally I don't know, a mile away. There's actually two. One is literally like a block away, but I'm gonna go to a mobile one just because that way it'll give me a bit more time to talk to you guys about the Navi and whatnot. I hope you guys like that crate that I made. It took me roughly about, I don't know, half an hour or so just to cut all of the wood and whatnot, so that was kind of cool. Yeah, so let's get going actually, so we can get that gas. Oh. So having this phone mount, I have it mounted to my handlebar, and I see that's going to be an issue just because of my knees. So let me just put the phone up a bit. Unfortunately, I can't mount it to the mirrors just because they are, these mirror holders are super, whoop, I have garbage bags behind me, or garbage cans. The mirrors, they're really thin. So that's why I can't do that. Let me see. Let me just adjust this camera a bit more so you guys get a nice view out. All right. It's kind of wet outside, but it's not too bad. Let me see. Can I move the camera up a bit more? Yeah, I think this is good. So it's been a while actually since I took the Super Cub out, just because, you know, we're in December and it's kind of cold and whatnot. But today on Christmas Eve day, for some reason it's like 50, so this is really nice, even though it's a little wet, but not a big deal. So anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys about the Honda Navi. which is this new supermoto that Honda is bringing to the United States. And I love the Navi. That's my neighbor. I love the Honda Navi. I like what the Navi stands for. I think it's a fabulous bike. However, one thing that's kind of annoying is just the fact that Honda had the Navi advertised at $1,800, and that is the MSRP of the Navi. It's 1807 to be precise. And Honda also charges a $200 freight charge, so you're looking at about $2,000 for the Navi, which I thought it was a decent price, but it was also kind of expensive considering that the Navi sells for I think like $600 in India, so we're paying about 3.5 times more than people in India are paying for pretty much the same bike. And that's okay, I get it. You have to get it here, you have to pay certain taxes and whatnot, so that was kind of okay. But then I kind of predicted, and I was actually one of the first guys who posted about the Navi back on Reddit when I just found some news online, and then I made a post, and a lot of people kind of commented, and they were excited about the Navi and whatnot, and I was as well. But in that post, I mentioned how I feel like the dealers will take advantage just because the price is so cheap. There's really nothing that competes with a Navi at that price, and they'll take advantage. And in my original post, I said that I feel like they will try to sell those for like $2,700. And these last couple of days, I've seen people post their dealer quotes, and they're all over $3,000, and that's without registration and all of the fees that you have to pay to get the bike on the road. So you're looking at about $3,500, which is just ridiculous if you ask me. I think the Navi is a fantastic bike. It's great, but paying $3,500 for a bike that realistically sells for like $600 in India, or it's like $1,000 in Mexico, which is where they have it assembled for the United States market. It's a bit annoying, to be quite honest, especially knowing that in these other places, that's what a bike costs, and I feel like Honda's probably making money on that. So dealers are making a huge profit by selling these for basically nothing. I saw a guy post a quote that he got, which had a prep fee of $700, which I don't get that. Like, $700 for what? You're paying $700 for the guys to put the mirrors and the battery on the bike, because I think that's the only thing that they have to do. Like, really? And they're just taking advantage is what's going on, and it just makes me sad because I felt like Navi was it's a great bike, and it's a fantastic way for people to get into motorcycling, and for somebody who wants something kind of cheap to commute in town. But now it's not so cheap, because you're looking at like $3,500 to get that thing on the road. So I don't know how I feel about that. I feel kind of sad and kind of mad at the same time, because it just doesn't seem ethical or fair that the dealers are doing this. But I guess it is what it is. So I made it here, so let me just put some gas, and then I'll ride back home, and then I'll talk to you guys after that. So I'll keep the camera going, but I probably just skip the whole getting... Oh, forgot I had a crate on the back. All right. Oh, actually, I have to shut the bike off, otherwise I can't open the seat. I'll just get premium this time because the bike will sit for a while, but it doesn't really matter. You can just put regular gas in it, but the thing takes like a gallon, so it's not a big deal. Whoa, let me. Oh. So maybe not even. I must have had some gas in there. Alright, that's plenty. Let me just wipe that extra gas off. It's not a big deal if you get gas here just because this channel's out. But see, I forgot that I had that crate on the back of the bike, so I tried to step over it. That was my mistake. Alright, so I'm just gonna head home. Yeah, guys, that's basically it. I just wanted to kind of give you guys my thoughts on the Navi, and I'm just a little bit disappointed that dealers are doing this and charging whatever $700 for prep fees and like $300 for documentation fees, which that's basically nothing. There's no documentation fees. Like, what are you talking about? What documentation fees? But I guess it is what it is. Anybody who buys the Navi, I'm sure they'll love it because it is a great bike, and at that price there really isn't anything that you can't get. But again, it's just kind of annoying that, you know, we have to pay so much more just, you know, because I don't even know why. But I guess that's just what it is. I just hope that Honda brought enough of the Navis that supply kind of meets demand, and maybe supply is even more than the demand, so that way they can't charge whatever they want. But yeah, we'll see. Anyways, as far as my Cub is concerned, I'm absolutely loving this little guy. This is, since I got it in September, pretty much any time I had to go out in town during the nice weather, I would be on the Cub. I would just kind of leave my X-Max at home and just kind of take the Cub, just because it's so joyful to ride. It's really simple to ride. It's kind of goofy, and I like it. I just like riding it around. It's a really fun bike to ride, and I'm hoping that I'm at 807 miles. The first a couple of weeks I ended up putting a ton of miles on it. I think over 500, and then after that I would only take it like to work and whatnot. Didn't take it on a lot of joyrides, just like work and class. But this upcoming spring I'll be done with the grad school, and I only have one class, and then my job is super flexible, so I'm thinking about taking a bunch of small little maybe 50 to about 150 mile road trips on the Super Cub around the area, just checking out some state parks and whatnot. So I think that'll be kind of exciting, and I'll try to document those videos. There's a lot of in northern Illinois, and there's a lot of really cool state parks here. I visited a ton of them, but I never spent really a ton of time in exploring them. So that's kind of my plan for the spring, just kind of getting on the Super Cub and maybe taking some pictures, doing some bird hunting. I mean, taking pictures of birds, not actually hunting them. So hopefully that goes well. We'll see. But Yeah, I absolutely love the Super Cub. So, and that's one point that I wanted to mention. So, Super Cubs are not really in extremely high demands, and I see that Honda's bringing that matte black version of the Super Cub for next year. I'm not in love with it. I know some people like it. I don't think it suits the personality of the Super Cub. There's a light blue version that I think they get in like Japan, and it's absolutely stunning. It is so lovely, and I thought that I hope that that's the one that we would get. Honda decided to go against that for whatever reason, but it is what it is. Yeah, so I wanted to say that the Super Cub, I don't think it's sold super well, just because I see a lot of them at the dealers as leftover models, as it was this model, the one that I have, and you can get them for like $3,000, and and you can waive all of the fees too, so you can get it for about, like, it cost me like just a tad over $3,000 to get this thing on the road. And at that point, it's just get this instead of the Navi. Like, it's a better bike pretty much in every single aspect than the Navi. Like, you can't really compare the two. So at $3,000, if you can get this for $3,000 and the Navi's $3,000, just get this, in my opinion. Like, there's really no need to get the Navi. And to be quite honest, not sure how many grams they'll be bringing, but I think you can get a gram for about I don't know, 38 or so, like out of the door, like 39. Some dealerships even less. Just get a gram, to be quite honest, because even a gram it's a better bike than the Navi, no doubt about it. So it just pisses me off that they're charging so much for the Navi, because it's a fantastic bike. So yeah, that's about it, guys. I'll see you in the next one.